Welcome to Portraits of Us, a photo story of our community, the podcast, where we celebrate the artists, creatives, educators, entrepreneurs, and the everyday people shaping our community one story at a time. I'm your host, Robb Garcia, along with co-host Sylvia Mezalinska. And today we're diving into the inspiring journey of Gabriella Rodriguez, a millennial entrepreneur making waves in San Antonio. Gabriella is the owner of Seasonal Farm Salads, a fresh and vibrant upstart offering seasonal salads and wraps sourced from local Texas farmers. From college volleyball courts to the bustling Pros Farmers Market, Gabriella is defining what it means to eat seasonal, healthy, and sustainable, all while building a business rooted in the heart of our city. Join us as we explore her story, how she's connecting us to the land, supporting local farmers, and proving that age is just a number when it comes to making a difference. So today we are here with Gabriella Rodriguez. She is the young owner and entrepreneur of Farm Fresh Salads. And we're excited that you were able to join us for this little project of ours, this podcast. So,
absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. So you grew up here in San Antonio, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. What side town were you? Where'd you go to high school?
So we grew up northeast side of the town, near Madison High School.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I graduated from, did my 4 years there. And my parents, they grew up on the west side, east side, and with their familiar of their upbringing, they just kind of wanted us to get out of there a little bit and find a little happy medium spot, and found our little home over there on the northeast side.
Awesome. And you said you graduated from Madison,
Yes.
right? And then from Madison, where did you go to school after that?
So after that, I went 2 years at Schreiner University over there in Kerrville, played volleyball over there, and then transferred to Texas State in San Marcos and finished off my next 2 years over there.
Yeah.
So 4 years in total. And then after that, I went and continued to do my master's in Nebraska, small town. It was named Hastings. And then I did my 2-year master program there.
And that was Hastings College?
Yes,
Yeah.
Hastings College.
And what is your degree in?
For my master's, I have it in business education. And then for my undergrad, I did it in communications and mass communications.
Awesome. And I noticed where you mentioned that you're a volleyball player, and I know your mom, we went to high school together, and that's how I was able to be introduced with you. And she was also a volleyball player and really into sports in high school and stuff. Was that something that was embedded in you and your sisters growing up, being in sports, being active?
Oh, yes, absolutely. It was kind of not even a question, which now looking back at it, I'm very grateful that my parents instilled that into us at a very young age. We started playing, I want to say, at the age 8. 8 or 9, when we started doing a little bit more competitive, doing outside organizations, started doing club volleyball. Yes.
So how does that club volleyball work? Is it just different leagues, or is it one league and then just different teams from around the state? Or
there's different leagues you can kind of get into. There's one that's more central, that you'll still just stay around San Antonio, more local tournaments. Or if you do want to pay a little bit extra to get more of a traveling experience, there's that as well, which we did, and we got to play in Colorado, Houston, Dallas, Las Vegas. So kind of got a little bit all around.
And when you were in all 3 colleges, you were playing volleyball in all 3, or
yes,
or the different the 2
well,
colleges?
at Texas State, I actually didn't play volleyball.
Okay.
I only played 2 years at Schreiner, and then for my master's, I was actually on the other side of the bench coaching.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yes.
And how did you like that versus playing?
It was a new perspective. A lot more patience, I will say. Kind of not in my control. It's more so on the side of me communicating and seeing how I can get my point across with my words. Teaching.
And after you played there and got your master's, what did you do after you finished there at Hastings?
Well, after Hastings, I came back home and I knew that I wanted to do something that's centered around farming and something sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
Because in my undergrad, I got a little touch of the farming industry. I would go home every summer and help volunteer at a friend's farm. That's kind of how I got introduced to the farming. And volunteer days, we would do hosting events there at the farm, so getting to be a part of that culture and community, helping them clean up beds, watering, setting up irrigation. So that's kind of where
your inspiration came.
Yes.
So your inspiration came from that, and how did you get started with opening up? Was it going right away, opening up under this name, or did you start?
Definitely not. I first started working at the Pearl Farmers Market for a farmer. So I was there selling produce, lettuce, mushrooms, variety of different things. And then I think just along my way of helping them and being firsthand, seeing their everyday lives on a week-to-week basis, I wanted to create something that supported them in a way. And so that's kind of where Seasonal Farm Salads kind of sparked.
Awesome. And what are some of the okay, so you said you started at the farmers market, and that's where you have your businesses there on every weekend, Friday or Saturday and Sunday?
Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what are some of the offerings that you have there?
So at my booth, we are basically a fresh salad bar. So whatever's growing in season, we'll gather for that week. And then we can create a specialty Texas-made salad. We can do it with the same ingredients, but in a wrap form. So a little bit more controlled eating environment. And then we also do avocado toast, almond butter toast, and then during the winter months, we'll do a good soup combo with sandwich.
What year did you open your business?
Oh man, I opened my business, it's been 2 years. So 2023? 2022.
Mm-hmm.
2022. Yes, that's when I started.
Pretty recent after coronavirus and all that, the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like opening a business as a young person in the 2020s? Did you have any difficulties, and what were the challenges, like kind of from a technical perspective, I guess?
Yeah, definitely word of mouth. Just getting my business off the feet of people seeing me there, consistency, building my regulars, also building relationships with a lot of the vendors as well. And they kind of gave me huge advice, and they kind of want to see everyone be successful in that market as well, my neighbors. So that was a good little added touch to being a part of that community.
Mm-hmm. How does the community play a role in your business? You mentioned the community of farmers helping you along the way. How about the connection to the rest of the community in San Antonio?
I think just getting people excited too about wanting to fuel their body with healthy nutritional meals, mm-hmm. and seeing how the progression of how they feel coming back later, or they'll come back after they eat their meal and they're like, that was the best salad ever. Thank you so much for being here. And that really makes it for me the most, is being out there.
And well, I've tried some of your food there, and it's very, very good, very tasteful, very healthy too.
Thank you.
And being that it's sandwiched in between two booths that aren't really that healthy, but also really good, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
How does that make you? I guess the uniqueness of it, mm-hmm. the healthy part of it, makes it unique. But how does that differentiate from some of the other businesses that are around San Antonio that are actually, I guess, brick and mortar that offer some of the same things?
Yeah, absolutely. I think for us, our mission is very important to us, keeping it sustainable, supporting those local farmers, but also I think introducing new ingredients that you might not find in other places, like daikon radishes or purple moon cauliflower, and I want to say pickled beets, and just different things that you normally wouldn't see at another salad shop, you know.
So can you walk us through the process of sourcing your ingredients and what you do to prepare for the day?
Absolutely. So midweek, Wednesday, Thursday, that's when I'll contact my farmers, see what they will have available for the weekend, and put in my order. And then on Saturday is where I can pick up all of those ingredients ready to prep that day, that morning, literally. So people are getting it at the freshest they can. And then what's special about it is that I can get all of my ingredients supporting all my farmers who are at the same market as me. So I can just walk towards them rather than using gas to go to each farm, which unfortunately I did start off doing that.
Oh.
That was one of my hurdles where I had to, okay, let me brainstorm, see how I can make this more efficient, more eco-friendly. And so now we just prep that morning, that day of market.
And you said we, so what kind of support system do you have?
I have such a grateful support system with my family and my friends. My mom, she is amazing, helps me most of the time. At my booth, she helps me even with my branding, graphics, social media, also like packaging, like stickering all the boxes. And my friends as well, they'll come out and help me as well.
Yeah. And since this is such a fairly new business, that is really important to have a really good, strong support system, to get it started.
Definitely.
Okay, so we talked about a little bit earlier, how you contact the farmers, what they have. Is there any particular season or any particular ingredient or vegetable that you think or that's your favorite to work with?
Oh yes, this is a good question. My favorite personally is celery. Believe it or not, it has a very strong taste to it, sharp taste, and not everyone loves it. But for me, I love the crunch. I love the taste. I love the chopping because it's so crisp that when you chop, it's so easy and it's like music to my ears. I love it. Seriously.
Well, I like the flavor of it. I just don't like the crunch and the celery itself. But I do love the flavor. I do love the flavor.
What do you like to pair it with?
Ooh, I love celery and feta cheese, or celery and peanut butter, or celery and cottage cheese, or even celery with my homemade honey mustard dressing. Believe it or not, that's really good.
That does sound good.
How did going from, say, being a college athlete and that system help you with opening a business and becoming a young businesswoman?
I think being a part of a team kind of gave me a lot of values, core values that I hold dearly as well to me. Being able to communicate with the people around me, and just organization as well. Knowing that I have to be somewhere at a certain time, I'm going to make sure I'm there promptly. And yeah, and then just my work ethic as well, never persevering. Just because it didn't work one way doesn't mean it can work, another way, and we can just pivot. And just kind of always being reminded of that.
And that work ethic, is that also part of your growing up, having your parents work ethic?
Absolutely, yeah. Being that role model in our lives and seeing the bigger picture in that sense of their love, wanting to just have us be in a better lifestyle, really shaped us as who we are today.
Mm-hmm. So your business is pretty new. Where do you see it going in the next 5 years?
I would love to open up a brick and mortar one day. I would love to partner with maybe another health conscious particularly in the beverages, maybe juicing, teas, kombucha, everything. I would love to partner with someone and share space to build my community.
So why is sourcing locally and being sustainable really important to you? And do you see any changes in San Antonio and how they've changed in the last couple of years since you've been in business?
Oh, yes. I think just introducing the whole farming, regenerative movement, and connecting with individuals who also are inspired to go that route as well. In the sense of, I've seen so many community gardens being built in school institutions. And we also have a nonprofit called Gardopia Gardens, and they're more educational based. I think seeing more of that is beautiful. A lot of farmers are now transitioning into doing CSAs, so community supported agriculture programs, where you can stop and grab a bag of fresh seasonal ingredients for your week, but supporting them and popping up everywhere. Yeah, it's been a huge incline in that sense. I'd love to see it.
What advice would you give to other young entrepreneurs trying to start a business? It's probably a little bit different than when their parents and grandparents were starting businesses these days. So yeah, what advice would you give to other people your age trying to make it on their own?
I would say that if you face any challenges, like keep going. Remember, keep yourself centered. Remember why you're doing it. I've had so many moments in the span of 2 years of me kind of breaking down, not knowing what to do, and then it's all about just picking yourself back up again. So I would say just keep persevering. Don't give up on your passion and love. Just because it doesn't work out for one person, it can highlight someone else's life as well.
And that also goes back to your volleyball career, when you're down by how many points, and
Exactly.
then you get back up and get back into it. So that really,
You can't give up.
it's a really good learning experience for that.
Thank you.
So we talked a little bit about where you see yourself, and we've talked about how you work with the farmers and where some of them have been going.
Mm-hmm.
What would be your goal for San Antonio as far as becoming more healthy, becoming more sustainable, becoming better rounded to the environment?
For me, I talk to so many people on the weekends, promoting life, promoting diversity in that sense, growing your own food, whether it's in your backyard, whether it's in your kitchen, you're growing some herbs, some wildflowers for our local environment, to have a balanced ecosystem to help with monarch butterflies, insects, different varieties, birds, so I would highlight that as just promoting more life in the world and my community. And just also just having a little in that realm, you kind of feel grounded, having a little bit of patience, almost like meditation in a way. So to see more life.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And being that you're a young entrepreneur, and we've talked about some of the advice that you have, personally, how long do you think it's going to take for you to get to the goals that you want, as far as a brick and mortar, or even starting off a little bit?
I think at the pace I have been going at is more short-term goals and seeing the wins in those, rather than, of course it's good to have, those outward futuristic goals to one day eventually get, but to just stay grounded in that sense is when we have a little inch further into where we want to build, we want to see it into light. So just focusing on those first, moving forward, the short.
So you sell primarily on Saturdays and Sundays at the Pearl Farmers Market, but you also sell here at our host site today at Rosehip Market here in Olmos Park. What is it that you have available for customers here?
So here I prepare weekly salads, seasonal ingredients, and our wraps that we have in our cold fridge here. Grab and go, ready for customers to just, if they're in a hurry, but still want something healthy, not something that's gonna, weigh them down. They can just come in, grab it, and head on out.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Are they also made with the ingredients from the farmers at the Pearl?
Yes, absolutely. So I'll get my ingredients for Saturday and Sunday, and then leftovers that I have, I'll prepare for Rose Hip, for the following week.
Awesome. So how can people learn a little bit more about you, Seasonal Farm Salads, and what's going on as far as social media, website here at Rose Hip and at the Pearl?
So we do have an Instagram. It's at Seasonal Farm Salads. We also do have a website in our bio on the Instagram. We also do have a Facebook. And if you're unable to make it to market or here at Rose Hip, you can also shoot us a DM. And all that we ask is if you add 3 salads or more, and we can definitely deliver to your area as well.
That's very nice.
Yeah, awesome.
Everything.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for being a part of our little project here.
Yes.
Yeah, it was actually something I had thought about you when your mom had talked about it on Facebook for my other project for I Am San Antonio, but for that one it wasn't, got to be a little bit possible. It was a little bit impossible to get to. But I really like the fact with this particular project that I'm able to sit down a little bit more of an interview, and then also spend time with you at your actual space, seeing you interact with your clients, seeing how they come back and they know you, they know what they want, and they're really excited to see you every time that you're there. So thank you very much.
So much for your time. Yeah.
Thank you. That's it.
Yay.
Awesome. That's a wrap on today's episode of Portraits of Us, a photo story of our community, the podcast. And today we've had the pleasure of listening to Gabriella Rodriguez's inspiring story, one that blends passion, hard work, and the deep commitment to community and sustainability. Gabriella is proof that age is no barrier when you have a vision and the courage to pursue it. Her work with Seasonal Farm Salads not only nourishes our bodies, but also fosters connections with local farmers and the land they cultivate. If you're in the San Antonio area, make sure to visit Seasonal Farm Salads at the Pearls Farmers Market on Saturdays and Sundays, or during the week at Rose Hip Market in Olmos Park. You'll taste the difference that passion and community make. Thank you for taking the time to join us. Until next time, I'm Robb Garcia, along with Sylvia Mizelinska. Goodbye.